Streaming worldwide, this is the Gospel America Television Network. It's time for Real Talk with the Jenkins, featuring Lady MJ, Pastor Marcella Jenkins, and Dr. G, Dr. Gary Jenkins. And now, let's join Real Talk with the Jenkins.
Hi everybody, welcome to Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G. Lady MJ is still at home recuperating, but she'll be back on the set with me very soon. I want to thank you for all your prayers and for all the well wishes that you expressed. And above all, we thank God for his miraculous healing power. And so we've got a good show for you. I'm excited about our guest. He is the CEO. Why I keep saying the executive director? He is the chief operating officer, CEO, yes, chief executive officer,
yes, sir,
of ADACC, the Alcohol Drug Awareness Center for the Concho Valley.
I'm still getting used to it too. It's a new change for all of us.
Yeah, I know you just changed all of that. Eric Sanchez, and we're so glad to have you. Welcome to Real Talk with the Jenkins.
Thank you so much for having us.
God is so good. He's great, and I tell you, you have really been working hard in the community for a long time.
Yes, sir.
And let's just tell people real quick what ADACC is and what it's all about.
Well, ADACC, the Alcohol and Drug Awareness Center for the Concho Valley, we just changed our name. We are an organization that helps people with substance use disorders. And right now we're able to handle the full scope of substance use disorder treatment, prevention, and recovery. Mm-hmm. Everywhere from detox to the actual treatment, outpatient, residential, and then we have recovery residences, and of course we have our overall prevention program that works with the community, not just with youth, because prevention is from cradle to grave. Everybody can have a hand and be a part of prevention in our community.
So when we talk about prevention, why is it so important for us to get behind ADACC and its effort to fight off drug and alcohol addiction?
We've heard the old idiom, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? Mm-hmm. And that's really true. Every dollar that we put into prevention saves $10 to $12 in other social service ills across the community, across the state of Texas, and across the country. That's been proven by research. So if we put in $1 towards prevention, it's going to save $10 to $12 other costs associated with substance use disorders, that anywhere from child neglect to crime to all the other ills, traffic accidents, all the other ills that come with the misuse of substances, Gary, and alcohol.
So you're saying that yes, there is a direct correlation between alcohol and drug abuse and crime, and that
absolutely.
When organizations such as yours goes in and rescues these people, because really it seems like it has a multiple level effect. When you go in and help these families, you're actually not only saving lives, but you're saving families. And,
yes.
But the correlation to that, to crime, is that crime goes down.
Crime goes down, and not just crime, but also school attendance, because children are neglected. A lot of people that are misusing substances do have children. It also affects job performance. A lot of folks that are abusing substances, misusing substances, they're employed. So there's job attendance, there's absenteeism, there's workplace accidents, there's workplace theft. So it affects our whole community. There's traffic accidents. So it affects our community in so many different ways that everyone is affected in one way or another.
Well, we're going to talk some more about the impact of what you're doing and how it's affecting other families. But we're going to go to a commercial break. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
Real Talk with the Jenkins. We'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Dr. Leon. I'm an independent interventional cardiologist practicing in San Angelo over the last 18 years. This room is our endovascular suite. This is the first outpatient cath lab in Concho Valley. We perform invasive procedures to improve the blood flow to the patient's legs, arteries, and veins. We have all the equipment we need to perform these procedures very safely in these outpatient settings. We can perform atherectomy, which means remove the build-up plaque from the arteries of the legs, do balloon angioplasty, implant stents if needed, and we have all the technologies that the major medical centers have required to perform these procedures.
Call Cardiology Associates of West Texas at 325-944-1240. For limited time only, as an introduction to partnering with the Gospel America Television Network, we're offering airtime to pastors and business owners for only a free will offering of any amount you choose for your half-hour broadcast. You can also broadcast your church announcements for only $25 for a one-time announcement or $50 per month for multiple announcements each week. Don't just stream on Facebook or YouTube. Get a professional presence and stream on the largest multi-platform that includes Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and online at www.gospelamerica.net. You can watch us 24/7. Download our app from the App Store or from Google Play to watch on your smartphone or tablet. Become a partner with the Christian TV network based in San Angelo, Texas, the Gospel America TV Network. Call 325-261-9391 or email us at gospelamericatv@gmail.com. Again, reach us by calling 325-261-9391 or email us at gospelamericatv@gmail.com.
My name is Travis with Grace Transmissions. Here at Grace Transmissions, we have a reputation for customer service, and we've been serving the San Angelo area for over 45 years. Our focus is you, the customer. So whether you need a diagnostic check or a complete transmission service repair, we're here for you. Grace Transmissions, where service meets quality, and that's our #1 priority.
We are here when you need us.
Grace Transmissions, 1202 Pulliam Street, San Angelo. Broadcasting worldwide on your favorite devices, we're the Gospel America channel, giving God the glory. And now back to Real Talk with MJ and Dr. G.
We're back. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G. Lady MJ will be back with me very soon. I want to thank you for praying for her, though. But our special guest again is Eric Sanchez. He is the CEO of ADACC, the Alcohol Drug Awareness Council for the
Concho Valley.
Concho Valley. I said it right. You know, how about that? The brain is working. Okay, we want to certainly thank you for being with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
I understand that there's a very special event that's coming up very soon, sponsored by the
That's correct.
by ADACC.
We are a nonprofit organization, which means we have our IRS status as not being taxable. So it means we have to do a lot of fundraising to make ends meet. And this is our 6th annual spring luncheon where we have a keynote speaker. And this year's keynote speaker is a well-known actress, performer, singer, author, Mackenzie Phillips.
Okay.
For those of us that lived through the 70s, she was on One Day at a Time as a teenager. She was even in the movie American Graffiti.
Yeah.
That's right. Co-starring with Harrison Ford and some others.
We're going to rub elbows with the movie star at the luncheon.
Yes, absolutely. And she's been on other shows since then, on the Disney Channel and then some other productions. And she has a recovery story that she shares because she herself dealt with the issue of substance use disorder in her own life. Mm-hmm. And substance use destroys lives. It has the potential of destroying not just individuals but families, and it's very destructive. Mm-hmm. And once you have that strong addiction, it's not just a physical addiction, physiological, it's also mental, emotional, but there's underlying issues that people have. There might be some trauma that they experienced in their life that led them to the misuse. And she's going to talk about her story. And she's a well-known actress and performer, and we are blessed to have her in San Angelo on April 27th.
Oh, wow. April 27th. Now, for people that really want to attend the luncheon, how do they do that? How do they get the tickets or whatever, et cetera?
Right. They can go to our website ADACCV.org. Get information about tickets. Tickets are still available. $50 per ticket. If you want the meet and greet, we actually get to meet her, shake her hand, say hello. $65 a ticket, and get to meet her and say hello, and then listen. Sit down for a good lunch at Bentwood Country Club. Sit down, have a great lunch, and listen to her story. It's an inspirational story that all of us need to hear.
When you think about people such as Mackenzie Phillips or anyone else that's out there, they're a well-known person, you don't have to be a movie star to run into the traumas that come along with drug addiction, alcohol addiction. And it doesn't necessarily mean the person is a bad person. It just means they made some bad choices to find relief from the hurt that they're experiencing. Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. Substance use disorders is not a respecter of demographics. It's going to affect rich and poor and any color that you can think of, any race, ethnicity. It affects everyone. And her celebrity status just helps us raise awareness, and thank God that she lends her voice and her personality and her celebrity status to help raise awareness of the need for programs like ours and for people to get motivated and to understand that there is help, that recovery is possible. And just like other diseases, Gary, like diabetes, high blood pressure, or asthma, those are diseases that are behaviorally influenced, right? Behavioral influence. For example, if you're a diabetic and you don't stick to the diet, you're going to have the symptoms. If you have high blood pressure, you don't stick to the right foods in your medication, you're going to have the symptoms, right? Same thing here. But recovery is possible, treatment is successful, and she's proof of that. And at ADAC, we have probably half of our staff, or close to half of our staff, are in recovery.
That's what I was going to say to you, that ADAC is not like a lot of places you might think. The counselors, the staff that are at ADAC, a lot of them are people who have already overcome addiction.
Yes, absolutely. And some of our board members as well.
And board members too. Not me, but let me stop.
Yes, sir.
But what is amazing to me, and I was impressed, Eric, by one particular staffer, I won't call their name.
Sure.
We were at a meeting at the Journey Recovery Center.
We were.
And this was a staffer who was once overtaken by drug addiction.
Yes.
Who kicked it, became clean.
Yes.
And you hired them.
Yes, absolutely.
To come and be, I can't believe that they're counselors. They're one of the
recovery
counselors.
residence managers and staff at the recovery residences, but we also have counselors in the same situation. We have direct care staff in the same situation. We have administrative staff in the same situation. We have prevention staff in the same scenario where they had their own addiction, their own issues. They found recovery. Some of them through us, they're former clients. Some of them are former clients.
I find that absolutely amazing.
Yes.
You talk about total recycle,
Yes.
The whole circle of life, and they overcome. You help them overcome, and now they are working with ADAC,
Yes.
helping other people overcome.
Absolutely.
That's got to be a great feeling.
And it's not an easy road. It's a very difficult road, but recovery is possible. And by the grace of God, they have been able to get the recovery, find the recovery. And there's one common element among them all: gratitude. They're so grateful to God for the recovery. They're grateful for the program for the recovery, and they want to give back. That's another common element. They want to give back and share their newfound fulfillment and joy, and share it with others, and be able to tell that person on the other side where the addiction is strong and they seem hopeless, they seem like they've lost all hope, and they tell them, look, I've been there, I know what you're feeling, I've been hopeless too, but there's help and recovery is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. And it's amazing how that payback and that giving back just produces great fruit and great results.
Wow.
It's wonderful.
Well, we're going to talk more about how all of this connects and how people's lives are changed in a moment. We've got to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
Real Talk with the Jenkins. We'll be right back after these messages.
My name is Travis with Grace Transmissions. Here at Grace Transmissions, we have a reputation for customer service, and we've been serving the San Angelo area for over 45 years. Our focus is you, the customer. So whether you need a diagnostic check or a complete transmission service repair, we're here for you. Graves Transmissions, where service meets quality, and that's our #1 priority.
We are here when you need us.
Graves Transmissions, 1202 Pulliam Street, San Angelo.
I'm Dr. Leon. I'm an independent interventional cardiologist practicing in San Angelo over the last 18 years. This room is our endovascular suite. This is the first outpatient cath lab in Concho Valley. We perform invasive procedures to improve the blood flow to the patient's legs, arteries, and veins. We have all the equipment we need to perform these procedures very safely in these outpatient settings. We can perform atherectomy, which means remove the build-up plaque from the arteries of the legs, do balloon angioplasty, implant stents if needed, and we have all the technologies that the major medical centers have required to perform these procedures.
Call Cardiology Associates of West Texas at 325-944-1240. For limited time only, as an introduction to partnering with the Gospel America Television Network, we're offering airtime to pastors and business owners for only a free will offering of any amount you choose for your half-hour broadcast. You can also broadcast your church announcements for only $25 for a one-time announcement or $50 per month for multiple announcements each week. Don't just stream on Facebook or YouTube. Get a professional presence and stream on the largest multi-platform that includes Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and online at www.gospelamerica.net. You can watch us 24/7. Download our app from the App Store or from Google Play to watch on your smartphone or tablet. Become a partner with the Christian TV network based in San Angelo, Texas, the Gospel America TV Network. Call 325-261-9391 or email us at gospelamericatv@gmail.com. Again, reach us by calling 325-261-9391 or email us at gospelamericatv@gmail.com. Broadcasting worldwide on your favorite devices, we're the Gospel America channel, giving God the glory. And now back to Real Talk with MJ and Dr. G.
You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. Our special guest is Eric Sanchez. He's the CEO of ADACC, the Alcohol Drug Awareness Council for the Concho Valley. And we're talking about how his organization helps people overcome drug and alcohol addiction. They're really saving lives, folks. And let's continue our conversation about how the community can get involved with ADACC. Eric, again, we're so happy that you're here with us on Real Talk. Talk to us about the community. Why should the community get involved with what you're trying to do?
Thank you, Gary. And it is an effort for the entire community, and not just for our local community, but for our expanded community, our state, the state that we live in, and the country that we live in. Because, we often get asked, well, what are you going to do about the world drug problem? You have drugs coming across from Mexico through our border. They're even getting smarter now, and they're sending agents through Canada, coming in through Canada. They're in the Middle East and Afghanistan and in Europe. There's these drug factories, and they all find their way here to the United States. Well, there's not much that Eric can do or ADACC can do about this world issue, but there are things that we can do locally in our own community. Mm-hmm. Everybody can have a hand in being a prevention tool. And one of the main priorities of our prevention program is to make the community aware of its risk factors, right? Mm-hmm. And then try to increase our protective factors, not just for youth. A lot of people have this understanding or misperception that prevention is just for youth, mm-hmm. but it's for the entire community. For example, if you have an employer that performs random drug tests on their employees, did you know that drug use in a community, if all employers did that, perform random drug tests and had repercussions and consequences, drug use in a community would go down. Well, guess what? They don't supply the dealers. The drug use goes down, and you have better employees. You have better parents because they're taking care of their children. They're not neglecting their children. They're not abusing. They're not using. And that's prevention. So the protective factor just came up, the risk factor went down. And the whole community can do that. Parents, if you can be involved in sharing your values, and values sharing is one of the key developmental assets in youth. And there's been 40 identified developmental assets, such as values, such as involvement in school, in church, youth interest in sports, other activities other than just school, because you want them to be well-rounded. The more of these developmental assets, one of the developmental assets is personal accountability for youth. You know, if there's a misbehavior, that there's a consequence, and there's personal accountability, that they be held responsible. That's one of the 40 developmental assets.
Yeah, and speaking of your 40 developmental assets, you've got them broken down into two divisions, external and internal.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Correct.
Explain the difference between those two different divisions.
Sure, absolutely. Self-esteem would be internal. Where does the child get his self-esteem? What kind of home environment do they have where the child is encouraged and to be confident, to be aware of themselves as a person, and that they can express themselves without consequence, without being threatened or without being ridiculed. External would be, okay, are they learning any values from an adult parent that's a good role model other than the parents? Parents are key, but are there other key adult role models in that youth's life? Do they have a church life? Do they have a spiritual life? Do they see themselves as hopeful for tomorrow? Do they have a plan for the future? Those are all external.
Oh, wow. So when you think about drug addiction and you think about overcoming it,
Yes.
let's talk about the finished product, for lack of a better
Sure.
way of saying that.
Sure.
You mentioned earlier that you've hired some of the former clients,
Yes.
and now they are working as staff members, as counselors,
Yes.
etc. Talk to us more about that. What about other areas in society other than just ADAC?
And in recovery,
Yeah.
folks that are in recovery, oh, well, it's every area. San Angelo is known as a community rich in recovery. We have 12-step groups, Narcotics Anonymous. We have Alcoholics Anonymous. We have a faith-based 12-step group called Celebrate Recovery. And those are all essential. And they come from all walks of life. We even have a 12-step group that's made up of local professionals. These groups represent doctors, lawyers, every aspect of life, every niche that you can think of in life. These 12-step groups have members from all those areas. And so it involves the entire community, Gary. It's something that affects families, that families can contribute to the recovery of a person's health by seeking help. And by taking the stigma away, right? Taking the shame away, taking the guilt away. If you're sick, if you break your arm, you're going to go to the emergency room. If you have a bad headache, you've been taking ibuprofen all week and you still have this pounding headache, you're going to go to the emergency room. If you don't feel good, you go seek help.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. This is something that without the right intervention, without the right help, people are going to suffer for a long time, and the suffering spreads. They're going to, misery loves company, and that suffering is going to go towards other family members, towards co-workers, towards the community.
Let's talk about something that, a lot of agencies may not feel comfortable about, but I'm going to ask you, what is your success rate as far as, let's say, I don't know how many people per year that you counsel and help, but talk to us about the rate, and is there a rate of recidivism where they just fall back? Let's talk about that.
We're blessed to have a success rate that lingers around 65 to just under 70%. Sometimes we reach 70%, and it's about that area. But we're way above the national average, which is about 43%. So we're way above the national average, and I attribute that to our staff that are local. If you go to a bigger city, San Antonio, Austin, I-35 corridor, DFW, Houston, a lot of people that work in those communities, they live outside those communities and they commute in. We're blessed to have a small community where we have people that care, that have compassion for what we do, and so we're able to focus more individually on that client. And so I attribute our success rate on that, because we really are concerned about their success. And afterwards, we follow up with them. When someone finishes successfully from our program, We contact them and we follow up. We see how they're doing. And we have found that 60 days and 90 days out, they're a lot easier to find than having been gone a year from us. So, and at that point, we're seeing above a 90% abstinence rate.
Wow.
From those that finish successfully.
So that's phenomenal.
Yes.
Well, we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about your upcoming event.
Yes. Absolutely.
The annual luncheon in a moment. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G. I'll be right back.
Real Talk with the Jenkins. We'll be right back after these messages. Broadcasting worldwide on your favorite devices, we're the Gospel America channel, giving God the glory. And now back to Real Talk with MJ and Dr. G.
We're back. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. Lady MJ will be right back very soon. And I want to thank you for your prayers. But right now, we're going to talk to our special guest, Mr. Eric Sanchez, who is the CEO of ADACC, the Alcohol Drug Awareness Council for the Concho Valley. And Eric, again, a special event coming up at Bentwood Country Club this month. Talk to us about it and how people can come and give.
Please come join us April 27th, Bentwood Country Club at 11:30 a.m. Mackenzie Phillips will be our keynote speaker for our 6th annual. I can't believe it's already the 6th annual. 6 years already. Spring luncheon, and it's a fundraiser, much needed fundraiser for us. And she's going to share an incredible message of recovery, very hopeful message of recovery. And we want people to understand that the takeaway from this is not that we're raising money. The takeaway is if you need help, please call us 1-800-880-9641. It's a 24-hour crisis hotline. Call us, get the help. We can provide you the help, and it's confidential. It's expert help. It's professional help. And that's what we're here to do. Yes, sir.
Well, we thank you again for being with us. And we want to thank you for allowing us to come into your home today and be a part of our show. And always remember that we've got to start learning how to be nice to each other. Will you help me do that? All right. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G, and hopefully Lady MJ will be back with us very soon. Until next time, take care, everybody, and let's show a little love, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.
Streaming worldwide, this is the Gospel America Television Network.